Yo, what is up everybody? It's Dynamic here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be celebrating 500 subs, which I cannot be more grateful for, guys. It truly is a blessing to have 500 subs on this channel and I can't thank you guys enough. Now I know in the grand scheme of things, 500 doesn't seem like a lot. You guys are probably subscribed to a lot of channels on YouTube that have like hundreds of thousands or like a million subs. But for me, 500 is a lot just because, I've been doing YouTube almost all my life, just in different content, different stuff that I've been doing and stuff. But this is like the one channel that I feel like has grown to be like a somewhat dedicated audience. And, it's just awesome to see because personally, I never thought I'd even have like 100 subs. So to have 500 is crazy. We're going to keep on growing. So before I get into, the actual bulk of the video, which is answering your guys' questions about MLW and stuff, I want to give some information on what I'm going to be doing to kind of celebrate this, but also celebrate another milestone I plan to hit, which is 1,000 subs. So what my plan to do for this is pretty much once I hit 1,000 subs, which hopefully I hit by the end of the season, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for you guys as subscribers. Now the way this works is I'm going to be having a live stream once we hit 1,000 subs. I'm going to be having you guys on. We're going to be debating one-on-one MLW hot takes. It's going to be a bunch of fun. I have a bunch of stuff planned, but also we're going to be giving some stuff away. I don't know yet if I want to give away something like MLW related, whether it's like a jersey, shorts, multiple things, just one big thing, or if I just want to give away cash, because at the end of the day, cash is probably more valuable. It's probably easier to spend, but I think the MLW stuff is more fun, but the cash is more logistical. So yeah, but if you guys want to enter that giveaway right away, there's going to be a Google Forms in the description. And all you have to do is answer the questions. It's super easy. I didn't want to have to make you guys go through like Instagram because, I know I have some fans who are younger. And when I was younger, I was not allowed to have Instagram. So I just want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to win whatever it is I'm giving away. So all you need to do is, first of all, subscribe to the channel, which is completely free as long as you have a YouTube account. And then you need to go to the Google Forms. But please make sure you're subscribed because I will be checking. And if you just fill out the Google Forms, then I can't pick you. But yeah, I'm going to be picking some live winners on the live stream once we hit 1,000 subs. So that should be really fun. Now, without further ado, once again, thank you guys so much. But let's get into some of these MLW questions. So Ace of Toronto says, which is easier for you to believe, that MLW is truly an any given Sunday type of league, or that roster creation matters more than anything and the best roster wins? I know what you're trying to say here. You're pretty much just trying to say that it can be your day, it cannot be your day, and it doesn't really matter the type of roster you build, or is it just purely on roster creation? Now, I do believe it's a little bit of both, just like any other league, because obviously, you see a team like Magic who just like on paper, they had a good roster, but last year they didn't hit at all, and then they lost even though they had the exact same roster as the year before. So that stuff does get a little kind of, maybe it's any given type of Sunday type of league. But there's also rosters that are just consistently better than other rosters that make me think that the roster construction is really important. But I think MLW, more than any other league, is, are your guys working hard? And it is a little luck-based, just like any other sport, but I think it's just kind of a good mix of both. The next question is how I got into MLW. Now, if you guys couldn't tell by the way I make videos, I am not a baseball player. I'm a football player and I'm a basketball player, and I do run track. But I've always just gravitated heavily towards MLW, not because I necessarily loved wiffle ball or anything like that. I did think the sport was cool, but just the way the league ran things, that's why I kind of keep my channel strictly to MLW. But I've been watching it for like 4 years now, and it's really awesome. Like, I don't know why I like it. I just kind of got obsessed with it, even though, I only played baseball like 2 seasons when I was like 8 and 9 years old. But that's why I say points instead of runs. I'm still working on that. I know that's something I do, but that's just the way it is, I guess. What is my favorite player and my favorite team? Probably Grant Miller and the Magic. I've just always been a Magic fan. Seeing them win in 2023 was really cool, and I got to talk to Grant Miller on the channel, and he's just a really cool guy, so I gotta say that he's my favorite player. If I had to make one major rule change at MLW, what would it be? Well, there's obviously multiple things that I think the league could benefit from. For example, obviously expansion. I've talked about it a lot, even though it's not super realistic. I would love one more slate because I think it benefits it for the other teams to get games. But as far as talking about like in the actual like MLW, like during the actual games and stuff, I think of instead of being like the pitchers have a certain amount of like innings per series or something, I think it would be cooler if pitchers had a certain amount of like games per season. That way, like for example, if you're the Predators and you're playing the Diamondbacks and you want Ryan Cratch to pitch all 3 innings, that's something that he can do, but then you have to have like Evan Porter pitch 2 innings in another game. It would get complicated, but I just think it's cooler to see different pitchers pitching in different games, more opportunities, some work around that. What is one big thing I want to see from MLW? Well, I mentioned it before, but obviously expansion. I kind of just want to see the league grow. I don't really think that the league has any lingering problems as of right now. So when MLW grows, my channel will grow. So that's really all I want to see. I just want to see them grow into a league, more people get interested. Honestly, if the entire sports world was shown MLW, they'd have so many more fans. It's just the outreach. It's hard to get, views on TikToks with the way that MLW posts their videos because they're so organic and original that they're not fake enough to get views on TikTok and stuff. So I kind of just want to see the league grow. I know that's a really boring answer, but what team do I wish I was on? I don't really play wiffle ball like that. I'm not the best. I do play like every summer with my brother, but I'm not the best. I am an athlete, so I think I'd be decent. But honestly, if there's a team I think I could help out, it'd probably be the Magic, just because, I think I'd be a good leader or whatever. Who I think is winning the MLW World Series this year? It's a convoluted question. It's probably going to change throughout the year, but as of right now, I have the Diamondbacks winning it. If not the Diamondbacks, I have the Gators or the Wildcats. I know that's 3 different answers. I think the Diamondbacks have the best chance, though. They're so experienced. And lastly, who's my least favorite team in MLW? That's kind of a hard question. A lot of me wants to say the Cobras, because I remember a couple years ago when they were like just killing us and, talking a bunch of crap, and I didn't think that was cool. Well, I thought it was cool. I like the animosity in the league, but, that gave me like some hatred towards them, I guess. But as far as the least favorite team, I think I'm going to say the Predators right now, just because a lot of their team frustrates me. There's a couple of things about their team that I think that is just like, I don't know, they're not my favorite. And then also, I really like Ryan Cratch, but I don't know, for some reason, I just want to see them lose. That's something, I don't incorporate it into my videos, I promise, but probably either the Predators or the Cobras. What's the best pitch in general in the MLW, and who has the nastiest pitch in MLW? Right now, Pat Ballman's knuckleball is really nasty, but I think the most iconic overall is Dallas Allen. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. For all the questions that got asked that I didn't answer, it's probably because either it would take a while to answer it, or because I plan on answering it in a different video. So those are the reasons why. But once again, I just really want to thank you guys for 500 subs. I know in the grand scheme of YouTube doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, it's a pretty big achievement, and I'm really excited where this chapter in my channel is going to take me, and I hope you guys stay along for the ride, and you tell your friends, your MLW buddies, come subscribe to the channel. We're having a good time over here. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video, which should be a dynamic vision, and peace.